2021 for Tower Tag VR, and we are here at the finals. The semi-finals have been taking place. We're just about to play for third place between Pick Pack and Riot Taggers, two great teams that have been working very hard to get their strategies right in these final segments. And I'm joined by JT on commentary. What do you think about these two teams in the third place playoff? Who do you think Pick Pack and Riot Taggers are gonna? How do you think they're gonna come up against each other?
I must say now, I think that Rushmid is a very strong team, but I do believe that they're just as good as the team that played before. So if I have to go based on what I just saw, I would say Pick Pack has a bit of an advantage because his team is understanding the tactics a little bit more. In that last segment, you saw a significant amount of confusion between the newer players being able to take over and basically press on Rushmid, because there was a couple of minutes where they were outnumbering them even 3-2 or 2-1, and they were not able to capitalize on that. And that just has to do with their ability to begin just capturing towers. Because if you know you're outnumbered them, all you need to do is just need to begin choking them. You need to begin choking them, and you don't need to make a risk. The center person is just there, or the people on the outside are just there to make sure that the choke's being on, because there's two people engaging. So the last person, they just need to make sure to begin pushing them back.
It's very similar in a lot of other games. So the threat of a move or a threat of an action is much more intimidating than the action itself sometimes. Correct. Because it doesn't come with the risk, right?
Yeah.
So threatening to get down a certain side or threatening to take off someone's angle from this side is actually probably going to benefit these teams more as they come into these final real tactical, probably like down to the bone.
Yeah.
This is going to get.
And that's exactly what I mean by that. Like, that threat of the move diminishes substantially when you have a numerical advantage. So in a 3-2 situation, there are only two people that really need to make a threat and keep up the fire, while the other person basically just needs to stay in cover and begin choking out the positions. Unfortunately, that's not something that I saw Riot Taggers be able to do effectively, and that really cost them in that last match. And that is definitely something that Pick Pack can tell his team, and they're able to execute. However, we still have a situation where both of the captains know and play really well. They're both very, very aggressive, but we do have the top killer on the map. But it really is going to come down to those newer players playing well enough to allow the captains or to allow their team to be able to make this calculated risk moves and be able to capitalize on them. It's going to be a really exciting match. These two teams have like the most different play styles, because Pick Pack, he's most likely going to focus on the outside, try and take what we call the 6 and then push down the center, while Riot Taggers was like flanking or leaning more towards one side and then going down the center, or giving up some positions, and then basically creating the front line in like a lopsided manner. Because you have the 55 position going down the center, right? And then you have the opponents. But sometimes you get pushed from one side or the other, and so it becomes basically lopsided, where the front line is diagonal as opposed to horizontal. And when that front line is diagonal, that means that whoever's playing on the front right-hand side is like open. They're just open to get shot, because that center position allows you to come in, basically shoot to the side, and you have a wide open shot on them. And so that's a very dangerous way to play. And that's not something that you're going to see from These Dazzle. These Dazzle knows not to leave any flanking positions. From years of playing paintball, he's not going to do that to himself. He knows to control the positions behind him in order to be able to retreat. Whereas to Pick Pack and his team, they're playing a little bit different. They also know that, but they can be a little bit more aggressive, and they're able to capitalize on it.
All right. Let's see if we can get into that lobby then, and then we will get started onto the third. Oh, it's just disappeared. So we were about to head into that lobby. It's disappeared from the... It's joined. So we're just waiting for the players to get their lobby set up. We're about to join in, and then we'll get into this third place playoff in our finals. And there we go. All right.
Alrighty, so the match has already started. Once again, on the right-hand side, you have Pick Pack's team on ice, and on the left-hand side, you have Riot Taggers on fire. Fire is controlling a lot more of the center and right position, but there you go, with Chiweto being taken out. Pick Pack is already very damaged. He's going to go back for that heal. He needs to. but I don't think he's aware of it. Oh, but yeah, there we go. He's about to receive heal. His power's going up again. You know, Team Fire is playing a lot more defensively. This is actually a really interesting style here on the part of, I think we were watching
Sakujura, yeah.
Sakujura there with the sideways weapon. It's kind of interesting. I've never seen anyone do that. But yeah, so Team Fire now has a numerical advantage, which for this game is just absolutely deadly and extremely difficult to overcome. Once you have that numerical advantage, playing in your favor, it's very, very difficult to be able to defend yourself.
On his own now.
Rorschach is on his own
Gotta
now.
believe
He might
that
as
he's
well
gonna
just throw the
surrender.
game. Yeah. So
That's
1-0 for Fire. This is, but you know, it's very early in the game. This is not decided yet, but Pickpock's team definitely needs to come back. But again, you know, this is what happened to them yesterday. And
Again, yeah, they came back from
They
it
came
yesterday. They changed their strategy and managed to get it up. And again, they're going through on the left side. You see in the mini map down the bottom, they're following down the left side. As we follow D's Dazzle going through the middle, we see Pickpock really pushing that left-hand side and getting on the other side. I am check of Team Fire on the left, really pushing Rorschach and Shuero back into their base. We got to see how Pickpock is doing if we can get over there.
I must say though, the Shuero playing so defensively is definitely not the thing to do here, specifically because they're the ones that need to score the point. It just doesn't make any sense to sit at home and try and open from long range positions.
We see these guys will just get
when you're down one point. It doesn't make any sense, and it really leaves the team open. See, this is that thing that I was talking about, where the map is completely lopsided. So if you look at here, Team Fire
gone.
Yes. So okay, yeah, this is and
Definitely a chance. Pickpock, if he keeps going on, he just needs Rorschach and Shuero to pick up some of the slack and really catch some of that right-hand side, some of that Team Fire that I Am Check's pushing, and really get some extra angles going on. But yeah, Pickpock holding D's Dazzle and I Am Check's down. It's 3-on-1 for Team Ice. Pickpock may be able to swing the point back in their favor here. They're just gonna close them down, isolate D's Dazzle, and hopefully they will be able to push forward and get the point in this one. It seems like a done deal, but D's Dazzle, absolutely the best player in the tournament so far, is going to be a tough one to take out.
And this is the play for third, and so you know these guys are. There's definitely a stake to be held here. With 1 minute and 52 seconds, however, I see Pickpock's strategy is to begin shooting down the shield, so that when it comes to the end of the match,
There's no barriers left.
He's not caught, with defensive barriers. This Dazzle there making sure to make himself some room with 1 minute and 36 seconds.
And that is it. Tied up, one apiece with 1.5 minutes remaining this first round.
And somebody is going to score a point. If you were to ask me, I will say somebody is going to score a point. I think both of them are going to be played very aggressively down the center. The first person to be taken out from whichever team that may be, it will force that team to play defensively 100%.
Looks like it could be Sakujura here.
It seems like
very low,
once again,
getting that heel, all good.
But they're giving up that 3 position over the left.
And it's gone, and now we see
is.
I Am Check isolated in the middle. Doesn't want to be there too much. And yeah, D's Dazzle low health. Team Ice, Pickpock really coming out of the gate strong here, man.
Rorschach sitting in that back line just doesn't make any sense. He really needs to just push on the right side or left hand side. This makes no sense. 3-on-2 with a big opportunity to be able to score. They need to just get up there. He needs to just begin pushing at that
with
point.
His team.
And that's exactly what he's doing. So him sitting, he just needs to push on the right. With 28 seconds, Team Fire just needs to play defensively. They're about to begin getting caught off. But yeah, Rorschach going back. This is just not the way to play.
No.
He really needs to just be able to
shooting
move
at
forward.
nothing over there.
Yeah, this is they had a huge opportunity to be able to take this match, and they were not able to capitalize on it. And this is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
If you do not, if you do not understand the game well enough to be able to capitalize on these opportunities, you just will not do it. And they had everything there to take the point.
Every single chance that Pickpock, not quite able to get it. Rorschach really needs to get in the cans on his team and get some positioning, get some direction from his team. Really seem to be just going around in circles on that back
Yeah,
line there.
yeah, he needs to. I think Big Book Puck needs to definitely give him a little bit more pointer there.
Yeah.
Tell him to like if there's that numerical advantage, he needs to just go out there and capture towers. And if you're watching this and you're new to the game, if you have a numerical advantage, one of your players just needs to go out there and capture towers. And if you have ever seen Gravity play, you know that this is what the best player in the league does, which is Flush Gogo. Anytime there's a numerical advantage, Flush Gogo stops wasting energy and begins choking out the team, and that's how he's able to maintain his dominance in the game. And he's the #1 player in the world. He's been taken out a couple of times because other people haven't scoring points, but that is his play style. He will choke you. He will make sure that he's got a flanking position, and he doesn't waste any energy, even opening fire or otherwise. He just goes, captures, covers, and then eventually he's able to flank you out. And so just keep that in mind if you're ever going to play this game in the future in the finals.
We'll see if we can follow Rorschach for the start here. See if we can get some kind of idea of what the thought process is, maybe what the instructions have been for him in this round. Anything different from their strategy on Team Ice? It seems again he's just covering that back line, crossfire apparently to nowhere.
And giving up that right-hand side, which makes his team penetrating on the left very vulnerable. It really does, because it creates that lopsided position.
Sakujura's gone. It is Team Ice though taking the advantage very early. Unlikely, but it happens.
Once again, they need to just begin choking out the territory. They need to just widen the field and begin choking out the territory. They have a numerical advantage and they need to move forward.
Rorschach's playing something like a bot here, it looks like. Just turn into a corner and shooting, turn into another corner.
And it is important that he's there to heal his team members.
Of course.
I'm not disregarding that at all whatsoever. But him allowing Fire to push that far into their territory for absolutely no reason, where he's not being shot at, makes no sense. And long-range shots like those are actually really difficult to connect, because it's not as easy to aim as you would think, and people can see it from a really long shot. If I'm in the middle and I see that I'm being shot from a distance, I can move because I can see the shot coming on me, and we all have this tendency of just covering. So making those long range shots just do not help. 3-on-1 situation, huge advantage. And he's gonna just press on that and then give it up. Yeah, they really need to communicate. But then, the other thing also is, like, at this point they're in such a frenzy. They're just in this massive frenzy. And there we go.
These guys are taking a couple of hits there, very close.
Yeah. So
Team Ice taking control of the map now. Slowly, Rorschach is actually coming up the right hand side. Maybe he's had that in the ears just to go and press, and then comes back again. I am check pushing him away. 3-on-2, you got to really think that at this point it doesn't look like it. It's very even and doesn't need to be. These Dazzle, I am check holding their ground, making Pickpock Pack chase them, and not really much damage being done either way at the moment. It looks like
there we go. But there we go with Pickpock Pack going over to the right hand side. This is definitely a good move for them.
Yep.
Making sure that he's choking them. And see, this is exactly what I mean. He's widened the field. He's now pushing down the left, basically closing them in, and making sure that he's got these flanking positions, and then getting Rorschach to come out behind him, and maybe just giving him a little bit of initiative there, showing him like, hey, look, come out of here and capture this damn towers. But he's gonna
very lucky.
Back. Yeah, Rorschach going back for the heal, and I mean, it's great that he's playing this very defensive healing thing, because his team definitely needs that. But with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go, with the 3-on-2 advantage, they need to just choke them out. They need to just go get those positions, and that is not what's happening right now. And if they lose one number, especially if I am check gets taken out, which is the other aggressive player that they have on their team, is going to be very difficult for them to come back, and it's just unnecessary. So there we go. Oh, they almost came to a 1-1.
Check is very close to going down.
Yeah. This is honestly really interesting and a little bit frustrating.
It is very hard to watch this one. You want Team Ice to be pushing and cutting them off, and Team Fire just doing enough to stay out of the way. Doing enough
because
to
there's not three players pushing on the front line. It's that simple. If your 3 players are not pushing on the front line, then that means every time you take a tower, the opposing team can take it back. With 1 minute and 18 seconds on the line, they need to just go forward. Even if one or maybe their goal here is to just try and take one out,
I think
With
these
two of them
Dazzles
playing very aggressively.
isolated that weakness and may well go towards that back line and just try and isolate Rorschach, get that third wave away, and then they can kind of pincer towards Pickpock Pack and Shuero. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any progress made. 50 seconds left in this round, and still
there
no
we go.
headway.
So now,
3-2.
yeah, these Dazzle is blocked. These Dazzle is
That's
trapped.
it, that's
this
it.
Dazzle is trapped.
Pickpock
Can
Pack
they?
and
Oh, is this going to turn around with 30?
And there's
seconds?
2-on-1. I am checked.
Oh my goodness! Please, Rorschach, just get out there, man.
You've
Just
got to
get
go for
out
it
there.
now.
You
You've
have
got to
to,
get
man.
forward.
You have to, man. 27 seconds, 25 seconds with I am check all the way in the back. You need to get out there, my man. Oh, I hope he can't hear me. It's so frustrating. Oh my god.
Shuero's gone. It's all one-on-one. Rorschach and I am
Rorschach,
check.
now you need to get back.
You have
Rorschach,
to do it.
Now you need to get back.
Now you go back and you've gone forward. Come on, buddy.
Oh goodness. Oh my goodness.
Almost
Wow.
there.
Wow.
And it's a 0-0,
Wow.
which I believe means Team Fire take
That could
the
have been it.
point
That
for
could
the
have been it
round.
for them. That could have been it for them.
Which means that Riot Taggers take third place in the tournament.
No, they still have one
No?
more. They still have one
Still
more, right?
one more?
Yes, they still have one more because they tied this one.
That's
they won
two ties, no?
They won the previous one. They tied this one. So Pickpock Pack needs to win this one to go to
Craziness.
sudden death.
Absolute insanity here.
Wow. It's a bit frustrating. It's just they had the numerical advantage. They could have just gone out there and smashed them, just choke them and get those angles.
Yeah, it's gotta be that the pressure. You know, you've got to have all of the
absolutely,
teams
absolutely.
on board, doing the same thing, thinking as one. Team Fire there, the Riot Taggers really did have that cohesion, working together, splitting the enemy
Splitting the
fire
enemy
and
fire.
stuff. It really worked
Absolutely,
well
yeah.
for them.
Yep. Making sure that they control the map enough to be able to make the move. I have to tell you though, if these Dazzles like you and I am check are able to take out an opponent on Pickpock Pack Rorschach Shuero, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back. Very difficult. I think at that point we're going to be seeing a win, and and at this point, because a tie means a win for Team Fire, that's exactly what they're going to go for. Pickpock Pack needs to get back. He is extremely damaged. Same thing with Rorschach. So there we go with the heals, all the way full. So let's go. It's time to get going. Let's get up there. But yeah, it's no!
It's one
With
for
the
one. The
key
team
with Rorschach
captain's
and Shuero on the
going.
back. I would honestly just get out there and just play aggressively, but that's not gonna happen. That's not what's gonna happen. It's not gonna
So we got Shuero just going to be going backwards and forwards, slingshot it between back.
They're the ones that need to score the point. At this point, it doesn't make any sense in any single shape, way, or form to not be aggressive. It doesn't. It's nonsensical to stay behind. And and maybe it's just like the lack of experience. But at this point, it is a 2-on-2. So they, the captains took themselves out. So it is down to the new players.
I'm very interested actually to see Rorschach's tactic here, because maybe he has been told to shoot the barricades from a distance, and that's actually what he's been doing this entire time. But it doesn't actually seem to have shown much in terms of fruition. But I can't actually see what else he's doing back there the entire time. Obviously, resting back for heals, but support your teammates when it's 2-on-2. You have to be working together to be able to split your opponents, to be able to get those angles, and to be able to win the match, in honesty.
Yeah, but you know what? I definitely see that he, there's just no point of him shooting across the field. Because you can see those shots. You can see those shots going in front of you, so you're not going to get in the line of fire because you don't need to. And this is the thing. Fire just needs to tie, and they know that. They don't need to make a risk at this time. They just need to control the side of the field that they have, run the timeout, and they will win. So the people, the guys that need to go out there and get the kills right now is Ice Team. And with
Rorschach is gone.
Rorschach is
That's
gone.
it. Shuero
He
on
needs
their
to,
own.
Yeah, Shuero just needs to throw at this point.
Gotta think that maybe at this point it's all out. You have to take that time. You have to take the time with three players in your team.
He's got him trapped, so that's good.
That's
there we go, Shuero.
Good play.
Shuero against
Very good
Sakujuda,
job.
1-on-1 with Sakujura just needing to hold on to that tie. It's going to be really, really interesting what happens here. He needs to just remain calm. Can he make that kill? Can he make that kill?
Couple
Can
of
he make
hits
that
now.
kill? Oh my goodness, he almost had him. He's one shot
close.
with 2 minutes and 9 seconds. This is looking very favorable for Ice Team now, with Shiwero going up against Sakujura. And yeah, there we go again with the clip. He is one shot. Sakujura can just be extremely aggressive at this point. As soon as he doesn't give up any flanking positions, he's got plenty of time. I hope he recognizes that. So he just needs to play it cool right now. Begin choking him out. Yeah, he just needs to begin choking him out, playing it cool. Make sure that he's opening fire, but also just pushing on those really critical positions, making sure that he's able to get an angle and penetrate all the way to the back, because Sakujura is just gonna play defensively, especially because he's so damaged. He's one kill, one shot, and it can be anywhere. It can be on his gun, it can be on his head, it can be on his body, and he is out. And yeah, Shiwero knows this. He's going to be pressing on that front line, making sure that he's capturing, and he might even be able to trap him. This
is it, yeah.
Yeah, he's going Shiwero knows this. He's a more experienced player. He knows that he can do that trapping. He's gonna, and he can now go between one side and the other. Yeah, he's got him trapped down the center. He's now got him on a complete choke. He's got really good angles on him. He's controlling those threes.
Down quicker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was missing that port. And again, it's just about that one shot with 54 seconds on the clock. He has plenty of time, and there it is. Oh my God, he's gonna go to sudden death. He's gonna go to sudden death. This is gonna be incredible. So now the only thing Team Ice needs to do, and this is where Rorschach needs to shine. He needs to do what he's been doing the entire game.
Just prevent them
Rorschach,
coming across that middle line.
Just don't let them come at you at that middle line. Do what
There's already Sakujura gone.
There we go.
Team Ice comfortable 3-on-1 going into this. They are going to take this point and force it into another sudden death round. 10 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if they can finish it out, just for the confidence to get that point and get that comeback. We saw Team Pick Pack do this yesterday, come back from the brink. And now let's see if they can come back again to get that third place position.
Oh, wow. Sudden death match. Sudden death. Here we go. A fourth match during the third place finals. Wow. Man.
Jeez. So there's some interesting tactics, to say the least, going on from Pick Pack here.
Absolutely.
You don't know, maybe it's been told on purpose. Maybe Pick Pack has told to hold that defensive line, to just stay there no matter what, because the other two have it covered. Maybe that's the thing with the confidence of players. Maybe that's the thing with, no, this strategy just works, but it's worked.
Well, yeah, it's worked. But see, that's the thing, that you definitely need to, and it's great that you are playing this very specific position. But when you are outnumbered, or when you outnumber, you have to play dynamically. You have to be like, okay, we have one more player on our team. Let's do this. And you sort of, maybe you can come to an agreement before, but that's also why you shouldn't stick to complete tactics. Mm-hmm. You know, when we play, especially when I play with Dash, we know that we have these plays that we can make, but we know that if the thing doesn't go as planned, we need to adapt, and then we need to understand where the point pressures are and try and push on those ones. Sometimes it really is just like refocusing the attack on one side versus the other, because we know that a weaker player is on one side versus the other. And that's the thing that's going to happen here. They're going to go to sudden death match. The first team to score a point is going to be the winning team, and they're going to play very defensively, and it's going to be absolutely essential. It's going to be absolutely essential for them to play defensively, but also somebody needs to score a point. We might see multiple non-scoring point matches. That could happen the way
very much so.
I
think that with Rorschach and Pick Pack's tactics there, you could very well see the corners of 3 and 1 just taken up by Crossfire completely. We are going to try and get back into the game. The players are just reseeding the match to make sure that everything is running smoothly in there, and we'll try and do the same here. Please subscribe to us if you haven't already done so on Twitch. Check us out on YouTube if this video is there later on. It should be. This video has been brought to you by VR Nerds and VR Play Park. This is here in Prague itself, VR Play Park. On Wenceslas Square 22, Vasilevsky Náměstí 22. Come and see us when we open in the next few weeks and get your VR experience. Maybe you can get yourself in on the sudden death tower tag VR tournaments and see how far you can make it if you think you've got what it takes. There is another round to come up, sudden death between Pickpock Pack and Riot Taggers for third place. I don't know how this is going to go. I think Riot Taggers generally have shown that they have the offensive knack to get there, but it's whether or not in this round they have that defense. I think Pickpock Pack are definitely less lacking in the offensive department. They need to get that, I don't know, the clean sweep, I think, to give them the confidence here, or at least that first kill, like you said. The first kill is crucial in this point.
Yeah. But you know, while the first kill is crucial at this point, they will not. It will be very difficult for them to capitalize on that if they don't get Rorschach off from that back. I really do hope that Pickpock Pack is giving him a little bit of instructions around that particular tactic, because you know, having a numerical advantage in this game is massive, and it really could determine the game, but only if you have the three players pushing forward on that front line, because that extra person fighting for those positions is what makes them, you know, is what really gives them the advantage. I can see here that two of the players are like in the same line. They might.
Yeah, we have a problem with the
there
UI
we go. No,
again, but we're
it's
back
loading
in.
correctly. Except
We have bots in the
yeah,
stream apparently.
So, yeah. What is going on here?
It looks like a little bit of some kind of practice match is going on.
Yeah, this is something else. Can you press escape? Sorry about that. We're looking at a completely different match. I think it's.
Yeah, so we are still waiting for Pickpock Pack and Riot Taggers to join us back in the heat.
No, because they're about to start. Can
we're
you
about
please
ready.
communicate with them and ask them what's going on?
We are looking.
Can we do our commercial break really quickly? So what's going on?
Are they okay?
3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome back to the live stream Spring Mix Cup for Tower Tag VR. I'm here with JT, and we're about to get into our third place match with Pick Puck Pack and Riot Tag. It's a sudden death final round of this heat. Before we go into our final, wow, dude! Like all of these ties, all of these coaches and captains coming together to counter each other's plays is really what's going to decide these final games, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, like I said, for anybody who's watching who doesn't know, I think everybody who's watching right now knows about this, but the entire way that we set up this tournament was for teams to basically come together, practice throughout a month and a half, and then that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing an entire month and a half of practicing over and over and over 2 times per week and getting here to the finals to be able to have this really intense matches where it's going to come down to the 1 point right at the end of the match. And that's what we're seeing right now. It's going to come down to the 1 point right at the end, after the end of the match, which is sudden death. The first team to score a point wins, period. You have Pick Puck Pack, who's playing very defensively, but who's not able to capitalize on their numeric advantage. And then you have Riot Taggers, who even without a numerical advantage are able to come back and take out multiple opponents. And so one of the teams is going to be playing extremely aggressively. The other team is going to be playing more defensively, and we really are going to see is basically a clash of styles. And whoever loses the first team member is going to be sweating as hard as they've been sweating this entire season. So we're just waiting for them to get back on. I think they were a little bit confused about what was happening. And all
right. Okay.
So yeah, that's right. But I thought
just getting reconfirmation of some of the
getting
scores.
reconfirmation. Okay, so if that's the
Seems
case,
like
it seems
there were
like
2 ties and a win, which means Pick Puck Pack takes the third place.
Takes the third place. Yeah. Apologies, everyone. So that means let's get down to the finals.
Get down to business.
It was so exciting. We were
so ready for that sudden death.
For that sudden
we were so ready to see. I mean, if the players want to go on for another game for fun, like totally, we'll watch that anytime.
Yes, we would. Pick Puck Pack, congratulations on your win. We are now going to go to the grand finals with
Overkill versus Rush Mid.
So Rush Mid are the favorites. They've been the favorites from the beginning. I think they've only lost 1 match, and they've tied 1 other. And I think that's all that's happened to them. Right now, they are warming up. They are Team Ice right now, which is what we're showing you. We're just showing you a little bit of their warm up. And so maybe we can reach out to them to get them to make the lobby and get this going. We're going to be doing that here really quickly.
Yep.
And the reason why they're doing this is because they definitely just don't want to get cold. So here you have Patch doing that last kill. They're just trying to keep their bodies warm. It's actually like a lot of adrenaline. So if you let your body get cold, you will definitely feel a little bit of lag, when you're playing with your body. So we're contacting them right now to be able to enter the lobby so that we can get going.
And that's it for 2.5 minutes. And it looks like they've just come out. We will be rejoining the lobby in a few seconds. And then we'll be getting on to the Spring Mix Cup 2021 finals for VR Tower Tag. Overkill versus Rush Mid. And so far, Overkill have really, really shown their chops when it comes to teamwork. It looks like, for me at least, they are my favorites, despite Rush Mid in the entire competition. I'm interested to see Overkill particularly come up against the likes of, Patch and Griseldi, specifically to see if they can take out that defense of Griseldi, who hasn't had that many outs in this tournament.
Yeah, so of course, I think, I definitely think that I'm biased in this regard because Kekenati is part of the team that I play with, and him and I, we've grown to be friends throughout our time playing together, and so I definitely have to side with him, but he does have his work cut out for him tonight. They are the favorite ones to win. They play really well together. You have 2 players, which is Griseldi and the Red Devil, who have absolutely incredible aim, are able to play defensively, but also know all of the angles. and then you have Regenati and Nevem, who have become also very comfortable with each other going up against them. I would say that this is one of the reasons why I absolutely love this game, and that is that the best team always wins, period. And it's not the best player, but the best team. A really good player can make a difference, but if the three players are not in sync, if they're not playing with each other and they're not focusing, there's just absolutely no way that they can get to that final point so they can win the championship. And these two teams are completely evenly matched. You have Regenati and the Red Devil completely and utterly matched. You have Nevem and you have Nevem and Patch Patch. No, well, yeah, you have. Well, no, I would say that Griseldi and Nevem are also pretty evenly matched. They play defensively, but then they're able to make these things. And then you have Patch Patch and Nikolaus, who are the freshest players to the league, or some of the freshest players to the league, also evenly matched. So it really is going to come down to how they balance each other out. They need to understand who is on which side so that they can sort of, create the balance. Because if you have one of the strongest players going against one of the smaller ones, it is going to make a significant difference. And so they need to basically map each other out, understanding what they are. But I can tell you that the configuration here is most likely going to be, you're going to have Nevem on one side or the other, on the outside. You're going to have Nikolaus on one side or the other, with Regenati going down the center. And it will be the same thing for Rush mid. You will most likely have the Red Devil going down the center, with Patch Patch going on one of the sides, and Griseldi going on the other side. So that's what we're going to be seeing here tonight, and the best team is going to win. So we can get going with the match if you want to give them the go ahead.
We are just going to get into the players as they're warming up and get into this final for the Spring Mix Cup 2021.
So I can tell you right away, I can see Nevem over on the left hand side. So we're gonna have
Team Fire as
Overkill. So we have Overkill as Team Fire, and then we have Rush Mid as Team Ice, and they're facing off right now. They're about to most likely hit that set ready button and get going. Good luck to both teams, and good game.
May the
and
best
have fun.
team win.
May the best team win. Here we go. I'm really interested in seeing I am the Red Devil. He is going to be really aggressive down the center, and he's positioned right. So he is going to play that right side.
Going up against Nikolaus.
Yeah. So and this is what I was going to say. I think they're having a little bit of an issue here.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of lag, and Team Ice have gone out.
So they're going to reboot the lobby.
That is a shame. We will have to come back in a few minutes when they get back to the lobby. But the final under delay due to technical issues for the moment. As soon as we can get back into the lobby and back with the players, we will be bringing you that final, though. Overkill versus Rush Mid for the Spring Mix Cup 2021. There is a prize pool up for grabs. Why don't you tell the people at home what exactly the teams are playing for?
Yeah, so first place is a total of 450 euros. Second place is 300 euros, and the third place player, they just want 50 euros each. And so the total prize pool is 1,500 euros split between the players. And then there was also 100, 100, and 100 for the most kills, the least outs, and the most assists.
All right, and those awards have already been awarded, I believe. So
yes.
Griseldi will be getting the least outs of the tournament award. The most kills were, of course, Deez Dazzle, and the most assists, I don't have on my sheet for now.
The most assists, actually.
It's Vorkis from Policemen, who we saw yesterday in the quarterfinals.
That's really interesting because Borkis is brand new. Borkis is like the freshest player you can have, and I think the team is ready to go. We can get back into the lobby. Hopefully this time it stays stable. And this is why we allow a little bit of extra time during the finals. Everybody's checking out if they can fire. Being able to fire is a good indication that the lobby is working correctly. And for this finals, we will restart as many times as is necessary because we want a stable lobby. We want no lag. We want everybody to have a fair play and without any disadvantages. And this match is going to be, once again, we have Team Fire over on the left, which is Overkill, and over on the right we have Rush Mid. Patch here on number 1, Roselli's number 2, I am the Red Devils number 3, Nevim is number 1 for Fire, Reganati is number 2 for Fire, and Nicolas is number 3 for Fire. So once again,
a couple of issues once again with the connection of Team Ice. Having some trouble getting into this lobby. We will be getting onto that and to see what the problem is. The match is not officially a tie at this moment. There is no score. We will wait until both teams have a fair chance to play before we start scoring this as a final, before we actually count it as officially underway. So stick with us. Once again, please subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you've thought of the action so far, what you've thought of us on commentary, me and JT. I'm new to this world. JT's been here for at least a year, maybe longer, learning with the Tower Tag VR.
Yeah, it's interesting because every time somebody, sometimes I find myself in the lobby and somebody's like, yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, it's really cool to play with you. And they were like, yeah, thank you for giving me this tip. And sometimes I really just can't recognize who that was. But yeah, I think I've coached just about everyone a little bit, at least the people that have been coming into the team. But I really like this game, and I want to contribute as much as I can to make it as competitive as possible, because I want to have this adrenaline matches. Yesterday, even though we lost, it's like one of the funniest times I had.
Absolutely
this whole month, and it was I knew it was going to come down to whoever was going to make that play. I knew they were trying to drop me out, and I didn't care. It was like, let's go. So it's the adrenaline hits, everything's going, the emotions are high, and that's really what this game's about, and also the physicality of it. Like, this is actually what I do for working out. Like, I'm not really into sports or anything like that.
It is an endurance thing. Like we said earlier, there was a couple of moments where we thought things would go to a tie, sudden death, and that's where exhaustion starts to set in for players. 3 rounds is a lot to go through, especially when you then have to go for another one to decide if you're going to win the entire cup or not.
Maybe we can go to a really quick commercial break.
I was about to say, we'll go to a quick commercial break while we wait for the players to get in lobby, and we'll be back with you shortly. All right, and we are back with the Spring Mix Cup 2021 VR Tower Tag, and we are just about ready to get into the lobby for the stream.
The lobby for the stream.
If I can have the mouse. Thank you. Lovely. So we get into the lobby and see these players getting ready. Hopefully this is the one where we get to see some action.
I believe so. You know, I think everybody did a system reboot, which is great. And then one of the teams is going to enter first, and then the other team is going to enter second. And then the last thing that they should do, probably just to make sure, is that they should press set ready in a sequence, not all at the same time. That will most likely create a more stable lobby. And so maybe communicate that with them. They are testing if they're able to shoot, which is really a good indication that the lobby is going to be stable. And so here we go. Both teams are in there. We now have, once again, we have Team Fire over on the left with Nicolas. Overkill over on the left with Nicolas, Hegenati, and Nevem. And over on the right, we have Griseldi, I Am the Red Devil, and Patch with Team Rushmid. Team Ice is definitely the favorite to win. They've only lost one match this whole season. But Team Fire has definitely come together and formed a really well put together team. And like I said earlier, they are absolutely evenly matched in skill. It's just a matter of figuring out what each of the positions are. And whoever's able to make that first kill, the other team in this case will be able to easily capitalize on the situation. And so we are ready to go whenever they want to say ready.
Way.
And
let's get into the final of the Spring Mix Cup 2021 Tower Tag VR. Hopefully this works this time. Let us know in the comments who you think is going to win. Put your predictions out there, and let's get into it. If the players are ready, seems like there we go. We're waiting for the lobby to unfreeze, and we are in. We're gonna go straight with Patch and follow in on number 2 of Team Ice.
So once again, over on Team Ice, you have Griseldi number 1, Patch is number 2, and I Am the Red Devils number 3. If you're gonna be looking at the minimap, on the left side you have Nicolas on number 1, Hegenati number 2, and number 3. If you want to once again look at the minimap, neither of these teams is gonna make an uncalculated risk. It's gonna be very, very safe play here. You have I Am the Red Devil over on the left-hand side of the field from his attacking position. Patch has been headshotted. He's going to go back for a heal. There we go. He's going to be receiving that field, but this gives Team Fire an opportunity to push up on the map. Yeah, and Nevem is gone over on the left-hand side. He got cross-shotted. It's going to be, this is, but I do have. This teams do know how to capitalize. There we go. Once again, they're going to be making that move over. They're widening the field. They're going to begin capturing the towers and making sure to make a push. It might be possible for Nicolas and Hegenati to even out the odds, by taking some of those offensive positions, making sure that they're doing long-range fire. But it is going to be essential for them to take one of the enemies out. Numerical advantage in this game is just massive. It's really difficult to pull a clutch on this game. Anyone who's ever pulled a clutch or anyone who's ever had to play against multiple opponents knows this. And I think at this level of competition, being able to pull a clutch is just almost impossible. You do have Patch damaged there severely, so they're going to go back for a heal. This means that Team Fire is gaining some ground. They're able to capture some of those towers, make themselves some space to be able to maneuver. But Team Ice is definitely going to be pushing. They do have this flanking positions, but you're going to have Hegenati being very, very fast, making sure that he doesn't stay in any position for too long, and also making sure that he is holding onto the right positions. He knows which positions to hold. He knows how to go from one side of the map to the other, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
It is going to be really difficult for them to capitalize on this against these two players. With 2 minutes and 53 seconds on the clock, though, this is definitely, it's
favorable for Team Ice.
It
seems like though the Team Fire have got a hold of it. They are managing to keep some of that map position despite being outnumbered. Like we said before with the previous game, managing to go backwards and forwards, split that fire, and keep them away from pushing too far.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nicolas got hit, so now they're being choked.
Back
so now they're being pushed back. This is starting to look even more and more difficult.
This is where the teamwork of Team Ice comes into play.
He's hurt really badly. He needs to go back.
Nicolaus
It's 2
is
on 1.
gone.
Yeah, he just needs to throw.
3 on 1.
He just needs to throw. Kekenati just needs to throw. I mean, it'll be like 3 on 1. I mean, if somebody can take out a couple of opponents, he's definitely one of the players that can take out a couple of opponents on one. But with 2 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock,
1 point for Team Ice there. That means that as we go, Rush Mid are leading, and Overkill are going to be struggling to get back into this. 2 minutes left to play. Let's see if Jejanati can lead his team into the win.
Yeah,
they're going to struggle to. They're going to go over to the left side this time.
This is that position Nevin was playing yesterday really well. Now he's going to be a little bit more aggressive, and he's a really good shot.
Boy.
Nevin is a really good shot. He's got this bobbing style that he plays really well, and he's able to make really long range shots, and he's able to cover really well also. He knows how, and he knows how to play well. So right now he's trapped over on the right hand side, but he's not going to be panicking about it. He's just going to get his tower back, and then he's going to open fire down that center position. He knows he needs to push them out on the side. The map is being lopsided though, because the left hand side of the map is being controlled now by Ice, and that is very, very critical. I believe that Kekenati knows what the 3 is, and he needs to go back and get his 3. I think as soon as he realizes he will. And so yeah, there we go. Nicolaus getting back their 3. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to give up that position because that makes your team extremely vulnerable on the opposite end. So yeah, Nicolaus just needs to hang on to that 3 once more.
We follow Nicolaus just getting a bit of a hit there. He's almost down.
Yes.
Oh, and Jejanati at the same
they
time.
both got
3v1
taken out at the same
in
time.
2 seconds.
Yeah, with 42 seconds on line, this is going to Ice. This is going to put Team Fire in a very difficult position. They're going to need to be they don't need to be hyper aggressive, but they need to win in order to tie now. And so, you know, you have a team Ice with Rush Mid. They don't play defensively. They're not going to. So you're still going to have a team who's going to be coming at you with an advantage, knowing and feeling comfortable, right? Because they have the advantage.
Exactly.
They know that all they need to do is tie. They know they can make that risk because even if they tie, they still go to the next round. So they're going to be coming very comfortable.
And that's
and
it,
most likely playing aggressive.
2-0 at the end of it with still like 4 seconds left. We got to think that that's going to run down the clock into the next round. Team Ice take it away. Rush Mid coming away with the first point of this one.
And I mean, Rush Mid is extremely strong. They were from the beginning. They only lost one of the matches, and you know, like I said, they're Slovenian, so again, there's that common language thing. They've been playing with each other from the beginning. There's been no inconsistencies in switching up the teams. Some of the teams had to switch out because we did it for such a long period of time that some people had to switch, and we knew this was going to happen, but they haven't. They've been playing together from the beginning. They're very well used to each other. They know what each other is going to do, and they most likely have really technical calls that are able to do, and they know what plays they're going to make.
So JT, what would you say is the thing to stop them? How would you play against them? How would you coach someone to play
look,
against
I don't want to toot on my own horn here, but so they only lost one match and they lost it to us. And there's only one way to get them, and that is by flanking them. You have to play down that center. You have to trap them, and you have to take them out, especially the Red Devil. The Red Devil is extremely fast. He goes really low. Like I said, he has really good control. He must have like incredible knees because he has this like incredible aim at crouch, which is actually really difficult to achieve. You know, like if you've never played Tower Tag, or if you do play, try and like crouch to like mid and hold position steady for long enough. It's hard. And so he's able to do that. Every time that I try to shoot him in his head, it's really difficult to do so.
We see that we've got Nicolaus and Jejanati kind of ganging up on this right-hand side at the start, trying to get that.
Yes, and that's the thing. Now
they've knocked Griseldi and Patch right down
back.
there. They're healing now, and maybe they can push that advantage and try and get something going on here on the left-hand side. Jejanati taken down.
Taken out. Yeah, so this is looking very, very. So I would say that Nicolaus and Nevin they need to play aggressively now, playing defensively against this team, especially because they're also giving up covers. Yeah. That's the other thing that you need to think about. If you're playing defensively and the opponents are just shooting at your covers, you don't have anywhere to cover. Yeah. So yeah, now Nicolaus and Nevin should be aggressive at this point. They need to score the point, and I think against such a strong team, it's going to be difficult for them.
Yeah.
You have a numerical advantage with the team that's extremely comfortable with each other.
They're going to take their time now, Team Ice, and they're just going to pound that door and just keep them sweating.
They're just going to keep on going forward, making sure that they're choking them. That's exactly what they're doing. If you see there Griseldi over on the right-hand side, he's going to open all the way right. He's going to make sure to just hold back and then, you know, put on the pressure. And Team Fire needs to understand, they need to just become aware quite fast that they're the ones that need to score the point. And there we go. So now it's Stevens. So we have Griseldi and Patrick. I am the Red Devil side, and I am the Red Devil is definitely the strongest player on Fire. I would say Griseldi as well, as you can see, but he plays very defensively, right? Yeah. So right now they just lost what we call the forward. So you know their forward player was just taken out, or their point player, and so right now they don't have somebody who's going to play extremely aggressive. And can Nikolaus and Nevem capitalize on this opportunity?
Going back for that heel, and you got to think that's it. They went back too close for that heel.
Once again, I will repeat it for everyone. Don't give up your three. That's exactly what just happened right now. He gave up that three. 1 to 2. He just needs at this point. He just needs. Well, I mean, it is Nikolaus, but he either needs to throw. He needs to throw within the next like 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is a very, very difficult situation for Team Fire. They need to just not get desperate. They need to play it smooth, but they need to get that point back in order to just get a chance at another go. So that's what they're. So all of the pressure is on them, and the only thing that pressure gets them is another chance of being able to hold on to the finals, which is a very difficult situation.
On with fingernails,
and they know
at the
this.
moment.
Yes, they're basically just hanging on just for another chance to be able to get there. While Rushmid is just comfortably going to sit in the back. They don't need to make any forward advances. They can just play defensively the entire time. Oh, and there we go.
Patch out. That Team Fire for the first time with an advantage.
3 on 2. This is actually looking good. With 1 minute and 53 seconds, they just need to begin choking them out. And hopefully they're able to understand that and capitalize on that, and that is definitely what they need to be doing. So somebody needs to begin to pushing out the center. You see there Nevin pushing out on the right hand side. Nevin knows that he needs to choke them out. So yeah, there we go. This is a team that can definitely capitalize on the opportunity that they're being given here with the numerical advantage, and I think they are going to.
Last thing that they need is the timer. They need to beat that clock. They need to get these two down. They need to crush them out.
There we go. They're going
We've lost
the
a player.
Nevin's got that 3. He knows he can cover really well and just begin pushing down the center. He is going to go back. Make sure that they're taking all of the defensive positions. They need to move over on that left side though. Yeah, so there we go. So yeah, now you have a perfect situation to play offensively. You have one team member all the way on the right, one team member all the way on the left, and one team member center. So they are widening the field and begin to choke them in, but they need to just begin.
They need to do it now.
They need to do it now.
They gotta do it now.
They need to do it now. With 54 seconds on the clock, Team Ice can still
They cannot be affording to just sat here doing this crossfire. They need to get those positions.
They need to just get in there. Not so aggressively though, so that because those lower positions there on the front are really, really dangerous. Nevem needs to get a heal. Nevem needs to get a heal right now. He is almost there. He cannot give the numerical advantage. If he does do that, they are going to be out. So they need to, Kekenati needs to go over to Nevem and try and like heal him. Except that they're super desperate because it's 27 seconds. Oh, there we go. It's a 2-on-1 situation. They're trying to shoot down all of the things. Will they be able to do it? Will they be able to take out I am the Red Devil or and how? Yeah.
This is Patch
it's Patch.
Disconnected.
Yeah, it's just disconnected. So it's just a matter of the thing. Can they take him out? Can they take him out with 6 seconds on the clock? They are not going to be able to. They were not able to capitalize on that opportunity, unfortunately. And that is the end of the finals. Congratulations, Rushmid. What an amazing performance, being able to hold off 3 opponents against 2. That was absolutely incredible. You guys totally deserve taking this prize money, and we will be congratulating you later. Hopefully we're able to establish some connection with you through video, and you guys can make a little video. Congratulations, guys. Amazing performance. I'm looking forward for another shootout with you anytime. You guys are an amazing, incredible team. Good job. Congratulations on the win.
So JT is very excited. Absolutely. Congratulations to Rushmid. Commiserations to Overkill. Very hard fought, but in the end, it seems like the favorites, the Slovenian team, all Slovenian, going through all the way to the final. Favorites from start to finish. They knew what they were doing and just a class above the rest this time, perhaps next year, for all of our other lovely teams. We're going to go to a quick commercial break before we come back and hopefully get a chat with Rushmid. If not, then we'll get something in the future from them and come back. All right, welcome back to the Spring Mix Cup 2021. I am Ryan Prazer, and I'm here with the captain of the winners, Rush Mid Patch, having a little chat. How does it feel? Congratulations, you've just won the tournament. How do you feel, buddy?
This is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Really sweaty. Still wiping my head.
No sweat, no
Yeah.
hard-earned prizes. Well, what was the like experience of the whole tournament like for you? I mean, there were so many tough matches in between it, but you guys seem to have it on the ball every single match that you had. What do you put that down to? Is that captain? Is that teamwork? Is that one particular player? What is it that made you guys come through in the final here?
It was definitely teamwork. It was us communicating really, really well with each other. We were always shouting "heal," "camp tower," "camping spot," whatever. We were really, really, really communicating really fast. I mean, we turned off basically our sound and the game sound and just focused on what each other, what everyone else was saying.
Very interesting.
Communications
So,
was
no
really
distractions.
top notch. No distractions.
Me and JT were talking earlier. He's left us now, but we were talking earlier actually about how you guys have a slight advantage, all speaking the same language. Do you think that actually did help you, having the same first language to communicate and make it that much split second quicker?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely easier because you don't have to think about what you're gonna say in English. So yeah, it's maybe a bit quicker, but I doubt that that's really the main factor. I mean, we really connected well with Griseldi and the Red Devil. So we're really friends now, and I think
Awesome.
that is the main thing. That's what counts. That's why we won, I think.
And that's it. You mentioned Griseldi there. Griseldi will pick up the award for least outs of the tournament per game. And is that something to do with the strategy, or is it just the player themselves? Has Griseldi got a specific defensive thing, or is that something you've told them to do?
I think that I didn't really captain that much. I was really my main function was just to keep it going. But Griseldi is really defensive by nature, so everyone was just playing his natural style. Me and Red Devil, I think, are quite aggressive. I take risks too much. When the Red Devil usually wins the matches, I usually lose the one-on-ones. But Griseldi is really the kind of guy that's held back and really heals each other, listens to what we say and acts on that, and he's really a great guy.
Well, that's it. Like, it seems like it wasn't a fact of chance or individuality, but actually you guys working together on an even plane as a team that got you the win. One last question for you, and that is, what was the toughest match or memory from this tournament so far? How did it go in terms of that? What was the one thing that was struggle for you?
Well, the toughest match was definitely with JT's team. One time it was really, really hard to get it started because we couldn't even open a lobby that worked correctly. So we were really, really frustrated about that. And of course, there were some other personal things that were going on at the time. So yeah, that was really the one match that we lost, basically.
Well, I will say once again, congratulations to you, Patch, and congratulations to Rush Mid, your team. We'll be sending the prizes to you very shortly. If you would like to do something in the future, some kind of video, maybe similar to what Jejanati did, we would absolutely love to see your playing space or something and see how it is that you came to do something like this. Would be awesome. Otherwise,
Okay, cool.
From us and from the Spring Mix Cup 2021, I believe that is all we have time for today. Sorry?
I want to say goodbye. Can I say goodbye?
Okay, you can say goodbye from
I want
Paulina.
to say goodbye. Bye, guys. Thank you for
Bye,
being
Paulie.
such a great support throughout the whole tournament. It was absolutely wonderful.
It was
I'll
an
take my
awesome
glasses
experience,
down.
guys.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was really awesome. Thank you,
Hey,
and
come here,
thank you,
come here.
JT, for
Have a
for
technical
organizing
support.
it.
Our technical support doesn't want to come. We just
This
wanted to-
is an ensemble production. We have technical support, Ali in the background, who's done an amazing job keeping these streams up for us and fixing them when they go down. Paulina in the chat. We've had other supporters in the building keeping us going, and it's a great operation. Thank you, Patch, for joining us remotely. Thank you to your team. Thank you to all the teams that competed, and thank you to you for watching. This has been the Spring Mix Cup 2021 for Tower Tag VR. I've been Ryan Prazer in the VR Play Park Prague. Thank you very much, and good night.